Hello and welcome to another episode of BikeRadar Diaries, which is all about what we like to get up to here at BikeRadar.
How did you do that?
Yeah, this week we're doing something a little bit different, as myself and Seb have a pair of e-bikes and we're going to try and work out which is more fun and perhaps more efficient, whether you're in eco mode or you're in power mode.
So Tom's drawn the short straw and he's going to be riding in eco mode, whereas I'm going to be in the maximum assistance power mode.
Yeah, so Seb, I reckon, can get up that hill a fair bit faster than I will be in his power mode, but I think he's only got about 2 hours before he's going to be out of battery. So he's going to have to stop and charge, whereas I'm going to try and crack on for 6 hours non-stop.
Yeah, so the bike shop here has said that we can charge whenever we like. So I'm going to be stopping quite a lot. I'm going to be spending quite a long time charging and having a nice coffee in the cafe, while Tom is going to be out there churning away the whole time. So it's going to be a bit tortoise and hare, but it'll be interesting to see who can do more riding in that 6 hour window.
So we've both got Garmin's on our bikes and we're going to be measuring distance, how much we've climbed. We're going to be measuring our heart rate to see who's putting more effort in, because we see it quite often in comments that e-bike riders are lazy or fat gits, as some people described us yesterday. We want to prove that we're not. You can get a proper workout on an e-bike.
Yeah, especially you.
Especially me.
So it's the middle of winter here in sunny South Wales. So 6 hours is about all we've got. So we basically want to see how much riding can we do in that time.
Before we crack on with the challenge though, we're going to talk a little bit about the bikes from our sponsors, Giant.
That's right, we've both got some very fancy 2020 Rain E+0 Pro e-bikes.
Yeah, we've got pretty top line components. We've got carbon wheels, we've got SRAM access gears and reverb seat posts, and we've got the Giant Sync Drive Pro motor with a 500 watt-hour battery.
That's enough chat, let's get our kit ready and get going.
Yeah. 5, 4,
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, I ain't doing that.
So Tom, being the tortoise in this scenario, how many laps are you expecting to get in today?
I'm hoping for, I'm going to do some mental maths. So I reckon I'm going to aim for 28 laps.
Seb, are you going to be taking a similar approach?
Yeah, I was just thinking about this, and I think it's about 150 to 200 meters of vertical height gain per lap. And it's really cold today, it's about 3 degrees, and that really diminishes the range of the battery, in which case we're talking about 5 to 6 laps. So I think I'm going to be back here having a coffee pretty soon.
So this is the third climb, and just as on the fire road, just saw Seb scooching across it on the descent. He's flying on turbo.
So you only have 1 bar left. How come you're choosing to charge it now then?
I could have kept going, but what I didn't want to happen is to have it run out halfway through a lap. So I thought I'll stop now, charge it up until it's maybe 80% full, then go back out, and hopefully Tom won't put too many laps into me.
Seb's charging bike and body. I've only lost 1 of my 5, so I'm going to crack on. And this time when I come back round, I'm going to go and steal his food.
I've done 19.26k, so not breaking any records, and I'll probably have to recharge again before the end, so it's not looking good for me right now. You know, I've got about 800 vertical meters in just under 2 hours, which is pretty incredible when you think about it. Hopefully I'll be able to do that a bit more than that as we go. It was really good, thanks Tom.
Well, I'm gonna...
How many laps have you done?
Today.
How many kilometers have you done?
22k, 1,000 meters of climbing. What have you done?
About that.
About that?
Yeah, about that.
I'm gonna go and do some more.
Yeah, I'll catch you up.
Yeah.
Go on, Tom, push it. What happened? I expected to see Seb.
Seb's charging again.
He's charging again.
Yeah, I just stole some of his cup of tea. Oh yeah.
I'm back charging after doing 1,200 meters of climbing. Tom was already ahead of me when I started charging. I'm just going to let it charge until I get cold, and then I'm going to go back out, do a couple of laps, charge it again. I think little in often is maybe a bit more efficient and means I don't get cold and then get tired legs when I set off again.
Real slippy in here.
How you feeling?
Good.
How's your heart rate doing?
So I'm on 133 right now and averaged 149. Bloody hell, I've burnt 1,800 calories. Beach bod 2020.
There he goes. What a hero. I might go again because I'm getting cold.
Oh God, he's on me.
He's on your tail. He's on your tail. So, we met you at this junction last time.
Yeah.
And Seb was right on your tail.
Yeah.
He has had you, hasn't he?
He had me about 50 metres down there. I'm a tortoise, aren't I? I can't like take it too seriously, you know, just gonna keep plodding and plodding and plodding. There's no rush.
Well,
Seb is flying, but he's also got not much battery left. So.
how's your charge looking?
1 bar, I'm not sure if I'll make it this lap. Oh, it's gone in the red.
Looks like Seb's got something else tasty.
Tom isn't having this right now. Tom is suffering up a wet, boggy climb for the 10th time. Who's winning, really?
So you've been riding eco all day, but you've probably burnt a fair amount of calories, right?
So far, Garmin reckons I've done 2,932. That's based off the heart rate strap I've got on. I don't know quite how accurate, but I think I can probably justify the dirtiest of pizzas for my dinner.
Here's the situation. My bike has just run out of battery, so I think it's in eco mode now, effectively. So it's kind of a lot slower. I've done most of the first climb, so it could be worse.
Right, so there's half an hour left. I'm at the bottom of the hill. Oh, it's just got onto red. I'm gonna try and risk it, do another climb. Don't know what's gonna happen.
Managed 2 laps and then my battery's back again. I finished with 45k on the clock, which is what Tom set off with last time I saw him.
I see.
So I'm not, to be fair, I'm not too far behind. I guess it's now 22. I suppose I could try and do one more lap actually if I go really quickly.
Okay. Well, Tom was on red when I last saw him.
Okay.
He's taking a while to get down.
Could make it back.
Maybe.
Yeah. Do you want the last of that? It's too sweet for me.
Oh wait.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I'm just gonna go crack on.
So I'm about halfway up the main climb and the battery has just died. God damn.
Did you manage it? Have you got enough battery?
Died on the single track climb.
Oh no!
That was hard work.
What's your distance then?
We've got 9 minutes to the end of the challenge. No battery. This is saying 52k, that's saying just shy of 51. But fingers crossed, Seb with all his charging and non-eco-friendly riding isn't going to beat me.
So when do you think Seb's going to get here then?
I'm sure it'll be pretty soon. He's not got...
Oh, there he is.
Oh, I'm not
There he
even
is.
kidding. Look at that, look at that. He had to be back by 50. It's on 49. That genuinely was genuine timing as well.
Oh wow. That was the fastest lap I've done. That was great. That felt amazing.
Yeah?
That.
Mine was the slowest because I ran out of battery on the single track climb.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was like, if I'm going to crash, it's going to be this run because I'm going flat out and I'm quite tired and it's getting dark in that fast bit where like there's like a tunnel of trees with rocks and you go flat out. It's like, oh, it's actually quite dark.
Yeah.
As you can see, we're now back in the studio and we've had time to have a look at the numbers from our day out. So, Tom, what did we do?
Well, in true BikeRadar diarist style,
Ooh.
I have some notes. So we obviously GPS'd the ride with heart rate straps as well, so we could get some real good quality data. We'll start off with the obvious one. I won.
Well done.
I did 19 laps.
Yeah, I did 18 laps, so it was pretty close, really.
Yeah, pretty close. My 19 laps came to 50.6 kilometers, and yours?
Yeah, 47.8.
So we got a lap of quick mental mass, 2.8 kilometers. So the challenge was to see how far we could go within a 6-hour block. Right at the end, my battery died at 5 hours and 51 minutes. So I had theoretically another 9 minutes, but that's not enough time to charge and do a lap. So that's when I stopped. Now the moving time, according to my Garmin, says I was actually rolling for 4 hours and 41 minutes of that 6 hours. I think there might be a little bit of discrepancy there because I didn't quite stop for an hour and 20 minutes-ish. But basically, I rode largely non-stop for those 5 and a bit hours. Seb's moving time, and you also finished. You finished on the 6-hour mark, but your moving time was 2 hours and 56 minutes, which basically means you spent half your time not doing anything. I burnt 2,954 calories, which equates to quite a few burgers. Seb, with his more powerful motor, obviously that would have an impact on the amount of effort you needed to put in to do that time, burnt 2,120 calories, so about 28% less than me.
The other thing to bear in mind is that I weigh a bit more than Tom. So Tom, you weigh about 80 kilograms?
79.1
Sorry, 79.1. So, you know, proportionately to my weight, I've burnt quite a few calories less than Tom, which is not surprising given that I did less distance. Interestingly though, our average heart rate over the entire 6 hours was about the same. I was 154 and Tom's was 157 beats per minute.
And that's total time, not just moving time. So that includes the time I was sat at the cafe doing virtually nothing. Similarly, my maximum heart rate was 186 beats per minute on the ride. I don't often see higher than that personally, whereas Tom's was way up at 199 beats per minute, but I think you've seen much higher than that.
I've seen about 208 recently.
Yeah, so Tom is just a bit of a freak. But I guess the main takeaway is that even though we're riding e-bikes, our heart rates were pretty high, and actually while I was riding, my average heart rate was higher than Tom's because I was doing kind of more intense efforts while I was riding.
So we both had, at the start of this 6-hour block of riding, the same 500 watt-hour battery. So it's kind of interesting to see that even if you're in eco or power mode within a set amount of time, we got very similar amounts of riding done. I think it's just worthwhile pointing out that it was 1 degree on average for the day when we did this, and temperature does have a big effect on battery life. I think really the take-home message from this is if you've got an e-bike or you're looking at e-bikes and thinking, well, how can I maximize the amount of riding I get out of it? Look at it like this. If you want a really long ride, you like doing a big loop, stick it in eco because you can get 50k on a really cold day with lots of climbing. If you want to get an absolute fast blast though, stick it in power mode because in a short amount of time, certainly like the first hour, you did so many more laps than I managed to do.
Yeah, I managed to do 6 laps of that track in a little over an hour.
How did he do that? So there we have it. We've worked out that if you have a 6-hour block in which to ride your bike, you'll do slightly more in eco mode than power mode.
Especially if you weigh about 8 kilograms less.
How do you ride your e-bike if you ride one at all? Do you leave it in those lower settings or do you put it all the way to the top for maximum fun? Let us know in the comments.
And don't forget to like and subscribe and click the little bell icon so you get notified when we upload a new video.